My name is Mervin Naicker. I just want to tell you a little bit about my mum passing away last year. My mum has been a cardiac patient for many years, and unfortunately last year on the 10th of September she passed away at the age of 79. She's a cardiologist that she had based in Durban. She had that particular cardiologist for probably around 8 years, and he was treating her for a weak heart condition. In March last year, she was admitted to hospital because of excess accumulation of water in the lungs, and she was treated for that and then released after about 2 weeks. The cardiologist decided to put in a pacemaker for my mum in June last year. She underwent that operation under local anesthetic to have the pacemaker put in, and after 5 hours we were then told that that procedure operation was not successful because they were unable to get one of the wires into the artery to get into the heart itself. And the reason for that apparently was that the walls of the artery was quite rigid, and it was difficult to get the pacemaker in. One would have thought that the doctors would have done an assessment of our arteries, etc., and then decided in the right way to go about that, because after consulting with the doctors thereafter, they indicated that they should have done basically under general anesthetic, gone in and done full surgery and inserted the pacemaker. And they told us that, so basically after all of that, the pacemaker was non-functional, so it wasn't doing any good. And they indicated that they had to wait about a month for my mum to recover and then do the general surgery to insert the pacemaker. Unfortunately, in that time, from June to July, the month that they were waiting for it to recover, the condition worsened and she had to be admitted to hospital. And then she was so ill that any form of surgery was going to be very life-threatening. So they couldn't take a chance by doing the surgery. So she remained in hospital from July 10th until the day she passed away on September 10th. And it became clear that the doctors didn't really have a clear plan of how to treat her to actually improve her situation. They were just maintaining her, and they were giving her lots and lots of medication. And then we learned while she was in hospital during this 2 months period that her kidneys started to not function properly, and at one stage the kidneys were functioning only at a 20% level. Now I must state that she never had kidney problems before that, and talking to other people as well, we suspected that the dye that they injected into my mum during the pacemaker operation, which enables them to see what they're doing, we strongly suspect that dye really damaged the kidneys, and obviously all the other medication as well that she was being fed every day for 2 months had a severe impact on the kidney function. So ultimately she had to go on to dialysis and all of that, and her condition just deteriorated day by day until sadly on the 10th of September she passed away. I personally, as a son, I have a big regret in that I hadn't taken my mother for the ECP treatment that Dr. Rakesh Mohan Lal provides here in Durban. I myself had known about that treatment previously, but I was under the mistaken belief that my mum was being looked after well by a cardiologist, and the cardiologist knew exactly what he was doing. And what I learned, eventually, is that the cardiologist himself had just resigned himself to the fact that he could not improve the situation and he could not do much, and therefore he wasn't trying anything or looking at any other avenues of how to improve my mom's condition. With hindsight, we should have taken my mom to for the ECP, or external counterpulsation treatment, much earlier. When she first got sick again in March this year with the water building up in her lungs, we should have then taken her for that treatment. Because I've read about the treatment, and I've spoken to people who have been on the treatment themselves, and the treatment, from my understanding and of the treatment, the ECP treatment, it seems that there is no real negatives to the treatment. It can only enhance one's health and especially one's cardiac health. And it's non-invasive. They don't inject anything into the body, etc., etc. So, with hindsight and with deep regret, I know now that if I had taken my mom for that treatment, say at the beginning of 2015, or even in March 2015, when she came out of hospital the first time last year, we could have had a very different situation. I would advise anybody faced with a similar position, or the parent who's have such a problem, to actually consider the ECP treatment, because I honestly believe, after having researched it and having spoken with many people that have undergone the treatment themselves, is that it can really make a positive difference, and there's no real side effects that one can suffer by undergoing such a treatment. And for my mom, sadly it's too late, and we tried to do something for her, but at that stage, I think she was basically, her heart was almost in complete failure. It's been really a sad time, and one that I wish that we could change, but unfortunately such is life. All right, thank you.